everybody, and welcome to the table team, and welcome to your reaction to the press conference of Leeds United versus Coventry. Mally, good to see you, our friend. People have been asking about you lately. Inky and stuff have been asking how you're doing and stuff in comments. How are you doing, Mally?
I'm all right, mate. I suppose at my age I could be dying, couldn't I?
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, well, that's true. Speaking about age, how are you, Jess?
I'm good, mate. Thank you. I'm good.
Danny, how are you, our good friend?
Speaking about age, if I don't stop talking about Jess, I'll be dead.
You will.
Gary's going to be joining the shot. He's just making himself a brew. He's having a busy day. He flies back to England tomorrow. So he's having his wife do all packing for him, bless him. Quickly go through chat. Hello, Leeds Angels. Hope you're doing well. Good afternoon, all. Farke will not change the team. Hope our players don't get burnt out. And Coventry will park the bus. Speaking about park the bus, Mally, first time I've been able to talk to you about this. What did you think to Daniel Farke when he said that Sunderland parked the bus?
I don't think they did. I thought they deserved that win.
I agree. I've spoken to Jess about this, and we were a bit puzzled to why he said it.
Yeah.
He didn't park the bus, or he didn't park the bus. When they didn't have the ball, they were like a 4-4-2. When they had the ball, they were like a 5 at the back.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's how it should be, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't parking the bus, or didn't parking the bus. It's just that he ain't got no know-how how to get past it.
Yeah. Good tactical announce from Sunderland manager. And I think Coventry, I think, will be pretty much the same.
Do you?
Mm. Yeah, I do. I don't think Coventry is poor at all.
Yeah,
See, the league position is a bit of a false read, really. What are the 14th in table? They don't play like a team who were 14th.
Mm.
I think they've had a few players out as well, you see, so I think they're getting players back, which is going to help them more.
And speaking about players back, we ain't got any players back, have we?
No.
I
just hope his home form continues.
That's what we have to rely on, isn't it? Would you take a draw against Coventry, Mally? Even though we're at home?
No.
You don't think we can?
No.
It all depends on the early kick-off between Norwich and Ipswich.
Mm-hmm.
We touched on this yesterday, didn't we, Jess? If we go 13 points, if we lose to Coventry and go against Ipswich on that 23rd, 13 points behind Ipswich. I think it's advantage Ipswich.
If Norwich can win tomorrow, I'd take a draw.
Yeah, I don't know. 10 points, it's a hell of a gap. It's a hell of a gap, especially where they're Leicester and Ipswich are playing. So it takes some catching. Hey up, boss.
Hey up, legend.
Hey.
Cooper, he's got a right big boy now, hasn't he? Yeah, how are we doing, Lee?
Good.
Did you watch the press conference? What did you think to it?
Yeah, they're right, they're good.
Who's your left back? Who's your left back for tomorrow, Lee?
Paul Fairpool.
I thought you were injured.
No,
he's injured. He can't play. He's back in training, but he's not back fit. He won't be
playing. Try again.
Between, I don't know.
Do you want to know?
Would you switch around? Would you switch for Gray and Spencer around, man?
I'd drop Gray. I think Gray needs a rest. I'd play Spence at right back, and I'd play Pascal at left back, and bring Cooper into middle.
You see, do you know what I'd do? I'd put Dan James at left back.
Dan James. what you on?
Put Dan James at left back, and then I played Nonto on right.
No, I think that weakens his attack.
What with Nonto?
No, putting Dan James back.
Yeah, but then you put Nonto in Dan James's place.
I think it weakens his attack. I don't think Nonto's as good as Dan James this season.
Dan James has been playing left back when he's brought like 6 strikers on. Dan James has gone to left back a couple of times.
Yeah, don't know. Not for me.
He had to double up with Gray on Clark at back end of that first half against Sunderland. That's why you want as far forward, because he had to. Well, as soon as Gray got that yellow card, Dan James had to double up with him on Clark as well.
As soon as Gray got that yellow card, they should have swapped him over and put Jed Spence over there. However, we could all win manager.
Or would you put Gruev at left back? He's played there for Bulgaria.
Yeah, but when he played there, he had a shocker for him. I wouldn't play him at left back. I don't think it'll change anything. I think it'll be the same 11 that started on Tuesday.
Yeah, he's going to be the same 11, but I'm saying Gruev's left-footed. Would you try him at left back?
No, because I watched him for Bulgaria and he was shocking in that game at left back.
But yeah.
I'm more worried about this game. I'm a lot more worried about this game tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, the front six pick themselves. It's the back four. There's so many different permutations.
You see, I think if he plays Pascal at left back, last time he played left back, it took him a bit of time to get back into the swing of things of playing at centre back.
He lost his confidence, didn't he, Danny, playing at left back?
I'm a big believer in having a left-footed as left back and a right-footed as right back.
I agree.
I'm old school.
What about playing Cooper left back because he's left-footed?
No, I'd sort of put Cooper in the middle and have striker at left back.
I don't think Cooper has pace, does it, to be left back?
Yeah, but Pascal isn't that quick.
But Pascal, when he went in Premiership and they played him at left back, he struggled.
Yeah, he did. Massively. The worry I've got, guys, is Rutter is our most creative player. And let's be honest, Perot, we hardly mentioned him in that game. We hardly saw him. I mean, is that a concern, Mally?
Definitely. If Rutter don't play, then the team don't play. And Perot, I can't make my mind up on Perot, to be honest. I know he's one of the leading goal scorers. He doesn't do enough for me. He doesn't do enough.
I'd drop Perot and put Matteo Joseph in there.
What, you drop Perot?
Yeah.
Would you?
And give Joseph a go.
I'm not sure, because he's been playing Perot at number 10, hasn't he? I don't know if Joseph can play there.
Joseph plays anywhere across that front four for under 21s.
For me, I'd like to see Somerville in at number 10.
He'd be a nightmare, wouldn't he?
He could pick a pass.
Would you like to see him swapped round? Perot further up top and Rutter in behind him, just to give it a try.
Yeah, definitely, but he won't do it. He's already said that, hasn't he?
Yeah, but if you look at Perot's goals that he scored for Swansea, he never run off the last man. He was always at edge of box most of his goals. So playing Werner 9 is no good. He ain't got the pace to get him behind.
He's always out for a worldly, 20, 25 yarder, isn't he?
Yeah. I just think he plays a bit too deep.
Yeah,
I like him. But if it's working for him, he's obviously scoring, so it's working. But I don't know. It just don't look right for me.
Yeah. It does seem a bit. Oh, Stu.
Go on, mate. Sorry.
No, it does seem to not do a lot, doesn't it, Perot? But I think what he does do is probably a bit of, and I think we've said this in the past where he does play in this number 10 role that is there not so much to be in and about sniffing around for tap-ins in box, but looking for worldly efforts on the edge of the 18-yard box, etc. But then he does do a bit of running off the ball, and he does take players with him, defenders with him when he's making runs and stuff like that. As for his defensive qualities, I haven't seen those so far from him, and in terms of energy. But you see, it's like Rutter. He doesn't look fast, but he is. He's probably a lot faster than we actually think he is. When you look at him because of his size and his stature. I mean, a lot of tall players have that kind of effect. I think where where the big, strong guys, where you're looking at them running and you're thinking there's no pace to them, but actually. On further analysis, you probably find that actually, he's a lot faster than you think he is, and that might be a deceptive camera trick as well. Don't forget we're not sight ground, are we? Sometimes, so it's difficult to see, but I like him, but I'd like to see him advance more. I'd certainly like to see him using his aerial capabilities as well in box.
How would you compare Pirro to Pablo?
I think he's probably a different type of player altogether. In terms of Pablo was a fantastic passer of the ball, free kicks and stuff like that. Pablo's fantastic. I love Pablo, but Pirro, he just seems a bit of a different type of player to me. I would certainly say, when you look at him, he'd probably be better off as an out-and-out 9.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find Pirro's strengths.
Yeah,
Pirro's never played an out-and-out 9.
No, he never has. Yeah,
he's never played an out-and-out 9. He was behind Obafemi at Swansea.
Yeah.
So he's never played an out-and-out. He actually started his career off as a left back.
Yeah, strange, isn't it? Like if to look at a player and think, he's got this about his game, he's got that about his game. To me, but you see, we're not the managers, are we? We're just fans, and we just say what we see. But I mean, in my opinion, he'd probably be better ahead of Rutter, to be honest with you.
Mm. It's interesting you're saying that, Danny, about him being a left back.
Yeah.
Since he's joined Leeds, he hasn't even helped out being a left back. He hasn't even supported the left back.
No.
Yeah, no, but he started his career as a left back.
Yeah, but you can see why he's not.
Yeah, because he's got no pace.
He's not. He doesn't even tackle.
No.
I've never seen him tackle anybody.
And when you're saying Rutter's quick, I don't think Rutter's that quick. I think it's his stride. Because he's got that long stride.
It's skillful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's got that long stride and quick feet that makes him look quick.
Yeah, he's technically gifted, is Rutter. But I mean, he started out on wing, didn't he?
Well, he's actually a winger. That's his proper position. An inside forward.
Is he on 8 goals at the minute, Pirro? Is that correct?
Yeah.
I don't know what the stats are.
He's not getting 20 plus goals this season in Pirro.
No.
He's on 8 goals. He's got 1 assist. Goals and assists, so it's total of obviously. So that's that. I'm just reading these stats that I'm looking at here.
From a number 10, you want more assists than 1.
He's missed about 14 goals though.
He has missed a lot of efforts. You're right. You're absolutely right. But you see, that stuff does it really get it doesn't get recorded, or does it?
No.
Go on. Sorry, Jess.
It would if it were Bamford, wouldn't it? If he were missing all them chances, they'd all be on his thing and his back. But he don't put his laces through it for me. He don't whack it hard enough. Not a fanny tap.
Lee Jessie made a good point there. Put Bambi on. He needs to play for a longer period.
I agree.
He can't do not with coming on with 10 minutes to go.
How much do about this?
Who did he drop?
I'd drop Pirro and then put Rutter back into 10.
I agree, Danny.
Put Bamford up top. Let him win the ball.
I don't think that'll go down well with fans.
He holds the ball up well, Bamford, but I don't see Farke changing it whatsoever. Them four will start tomorrow.
I don't think fans would be happy with that.
If you've noticed the games that Bamford's come on when they've taken Pirro off, we've played better.
I agree.
We've looked like we've had more urgency about us, especially when those substitutions have been made. But then again, is that just the effect of putting fresh legs on? And are these guys so unfit that, you know, like once upon a time, running, you know, playing 90 minutes wasn't ever a problem, or it to a lot of players. I mean, you know, you go back to like 80s, they had 2 substitutes. Now it's like, you know, how many substitutes is it sitting on a bench? 9, isn't it? 9. Is it 9?
Yeah.
It's madness, isn't it?
Play 5.
Do you think as Bamford gets older, do you think he's becoming more of a number 10 than a number 9?
You see, Bamford does more runs and takes more players away than Rutter and Pirro do together.
Yeah, I agree.
But do you think he's better? What I'm saying, do you think he's better at finding a pass than scoring a goal?
Possibly. Yeah.
Possibly it could do, yeah. But then who are you going to get pressing the back for?
Yeah, that's a point.
Well, he could still press, couldn't he? Even if it's a number 10.
Yeah, but number 10, you're a little bit further back, aren't you, than the striker that's meant.
I don't know. Half at time, I don't know who's playing where half at time because they're all over the place.
The interchange a lot, don't they?
Yeah. But I just wondered if Bamford would be better as a number 10 with Rutter in front of him.
How's Farke been worked out?
He's been worked out for about a couple of weeks.
Oh, yes, because he plays the same 11 every week.
It's not that. He's playing the same formation. If we're losing, he'll stick 5 strikers on. Why don't he go to a 4-3-3 and change the midfield? And have the 3 midfielders to stop their midfielders running through us.
Do you weaken your attack by doing that?
Yeah, you weaken your attack by 1 player, but you take off the worst player that's been on at the time.
If it works like Norwich, it goes down as one of the best managerial substitutions in the world. But if it doesn't work, it looks a bit silly when we have like four attackers all across the line. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't think any other manager's ever done that.
So 3 times he's brought all these strikers on, and it's only worked once.
I think it brings them on too late.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Substitutions are far too late for me.
Against Sunderland.
I think amount of running that this team does, there should be changes at half time for me.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I've said in the last couple of games. That why ain't changing at half time? They all look knackered.
Well, he said he didn't with Stuart today about at Sunderland when we did watch long. Do you think we'll change it? And he didn't make out at half time, and then they go 1-0 down, and then it's far too late for him to be bringing them on and then expecting him to, you know, do something in 10 minutes. You can't do it in 10 minutes. It takes you 10 minutes just to get into game.
He asks them to bust the gut, which they do for 45. So bring some fresh legs on and let them bust the gut for 45.
Ampadu looks tight. I guarantee he'll start tomorrow.
You see, I want changes to the team, but I don't want wholesale changes. I want 1 player, 2 player at most. Not 4 like he did at Stoke.
And it didn't pay off, did it?
No.
I mean, I'm going to just quickly share screen with you now. Right, this is the team. What he's going to go with on, because he said it himself. He can't, you know, no one else is available. So this was team, right? So On bench, it's got Aileen Cooper, Gurev, Anthony, Geltard, Nonto, Joseph, Bamford. Right? What changes would you make from them? Who would you like to see start the game?
I'd take Ampadu out and put Gruev in, and I'd give Dan James a rest and put Nonto on.
Yeah, I thought Willie did all right when he came on Tuesday night.
The thing is Farke's data driven, and our highest player is Ampadu. So is it a case of he's too scared of dropping him because he's the highest rated player?
Yeah, I won't drop him anyway. I think it's been solid. I would drop Gray. I'd definitely drop Gray. Now, whether I put Spence there or Ailing there or whatever, I don't know. But I think Gray needs a rest.
Yeah.
The reason why I drop Dan James is because when it's a team with a low block, Dan James can't do his work what he can normally do, which is running in behind because he can't get past him. Where with Nonto, is a totally different player who can open it up.
Well, why not leave Spence at left? Leave Spence at left back and put Ailing at right back. And I've Gray on bench if Ailing starts getting tired. I don't know. We can all speculate.
It's look. I think you know we've lost one game in what 9 games is it? We've lost one game in 9.
2 in 11, isn't it?
Yes. Is it time for panic stations, or are we as a fan base being overthinking? Yeah.
No, I don't think there's nothing to worry about. Not at all.
I personally think that it probably needs a bit of a freshening up, especially where players are perhaps fatigued. Maybe they had a bit of a battle on against Sunderland, and it wasn't an easy night for them. Probably put those stronger first choice players on bench for this game against Coventry. Start them on bench and just see how we get on. I mean, if we're winning and we can afford to weaken the starting 11 based against obviously all these statistics and stuff like that, then there's that's got to be beneficial for those lads who might get a few days extra rest. I mean, you've got to think ahead that the next game is what is it after Coventry? Is it Ipswich?
And then on the Tuesday.
It is, isn't it? So, I mean, I'd be tempted just to perhaps, rest Ampadu or just shove him on bench and see how we get on. And if we have got cover, or it's not too difficult for us to cover those spots, then, why not? I mean, you look at Ailing, Byram's injured, isn't he? I think Kamara is Kamara all right, and these other lads, and just see how it goes if he can make a couple of changes against someone like Coventry, and perhaps think, well, if it ain't working after 60 minutes, right, then we're gonna change it and put the stronger lads out who are just on subs bench. Then they're only exposed then to 30 minutes of game time, aren't they? And you hope that it's not too demanding on them.
That's why I said I'd drop Ampadu, because there's 7 days between next match.
Yeah, exactly. I agree, don't I?
You know what I mean? Gives him that bit of extra rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be a supporter to see those changes, or certainly some, like Mally said, bit of permutation in certainly for. Anywhere really. If players are struggling, fatigued and stuff like that, it's all right having all these stats and stuff, but it doesn't report stuff like fatigue, player tiredness, wear and tear, stuff like that, does it? So, I think it would be a good thing just to see. Am I worried and am I concerned? No, I think we'll put another winning run together. Hopefully we start against Coventry, and long may that continue into the new year. Let's just hope that 3 points against Coventry is the main thing, of course, and it is a good opportunity. I see it as a good opportunity to make a couple of changes from in starting 11.
I don't think he will, though, Gary, because if you listen to his press conference, he says, "Oh, there's 4 days between each game. That's all right for my players." So I honestly think he'll go with the same team that he played on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, I think he will.
He said they get paid a lot of money to play football, and I just think with what he was saying, it's more or less he's saying there, that's my starting 11, that will start tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably right, Jess. But what my point is I would like to see him making those changes, or certainly giving it a gamble, because I think we are in a point where we are becoming too predictable. Mm-hmm. And teams probably have got us figured out, and they know. But then again, you can say, well, hang on a minute, we haven't lost a game in 9, and we're undefeated at home. So, the worst thing that could happen tomorrow is if Coventry come play a low block for 90 minutes and then they go and nick one in 91st. And if that happens, there'll be hell on. There'll be absolute hell on. But, it's all about outcomes, isn't it, and stuff. I don't know.
Look, we were never going to go all season without losing games, were we, Gary?
Leicester lost back-to-back, so...
Yeah.
I think we're just unfortunate that we've got two teams that have had a head start on us. Mm-hmm. The record breaking in points, both of them. We're ahead. I think I see some stat that said we're 2 points ahead of where Burnley were at this stage last season. It's a phenomenal. It's a record breaking, and people say, well, this championship it's poor. And we're going to absolutely walk this league. Actually, you'll find that the standards are higher this year than they are last year. They've got to be. There's no denying it. That you can't dispute the points that are on the table, can you?
Yeah, I agree.
All 3 teams breaking records at the minute. So,
but
no game's easy. No game's easy, and we're not. Teams aren't just going to roll over and give us 3 points. We're going to have to go and work for them.
What gets me with these managers that we've played against? Oh, they're a Premier League outfit. We're not a Premier League outfit. We've got Premier League quality players, but we're not a Premier League outfit. You know what I mean? So when these managers are saying, "Oh, we're a Premier League team," they've just come down to we're not. We're Premier League players, but we're that's it.
Yeah.
And I'd only say about 4 of them are Premier League players. I wouldn't say all of them were.
I agree, John.
So if we just say we're now having this conversation end of season, we've been promoted, everything's good, great. These players, what we've got now, would we? I had just this yesterday. How many of these first team players do you think could sit in Premier League?
I think most of them, personally.
No,
Stu, I think he's lost
no Dallas, no chance.
No.
I'm gonna say 4.
Well, at 4 or 5, I agree, Donny. That's it.
So who doesn't cut it for you?
Cooper, Haley,
Perot, Cooper,
Cooper, the bench players anyway.
Joseph.
Bamford's a pinch player. Out of the current 11 starters, who doesn't make it? Who doesn't make the grade?
I'd
Sam
say
Byram.
Perot's one of them.
Byram.
Perot, Byram. Byram's always in.
Perot.
You might want to put that graphic up, Stu.
Hey?
Perot will not play in Premiership.
One of the 4, Donny, that you'd have in Premiership, which would be Chris Somerville,
Rutter,
Ruta,
and Rodon.
I agree.
Well, I think all 11.
Yeah.
I think all 11 could cut it in Premier League for me.
No, sorry, I don't agree with that.
See, I thought this last time we got promoted, it was that COVID season where the first season we didn't have any fans in.
Mm-hmm.
The second season we struggled. We only just survived. The third season we got relegated. I thought exactly the same as you, Mally. I thought we've got, especially with that freak season we had when Bamford got his 17 goals that season. I thought that same team, what got us promoted, had cut it in Premier League, and it did. When there were no fans there, we were looking at second season, and it caught us out on third. I just think I remember saying this. I used to think it wasn't that much of a big step up from Championship to Premier League, bottom half, but there is a big step up. Look at Sheffield United, look at Burnley this season. All the Luton as well, who went up through playoffs. All the teams who have gone up this time round are more likely going to get relegated again.
I agree.
So are we saying that when as loanees come back, we'll be stronger?
No chance.
No.
No.
I won't have any
because
back at Leeds. No chance.
They couldn't cut it when they were here.
They're Premier League players.
But they couldn't cut it in Premiership. If they were Premier League players, you'd have stayed up last season. They're not good enough.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's why
I agree with that.
On loan. They're not even good enough in the Championship, mate. Seriously.
Somebody's got to go down. You're always going to have 3 teams go down.
Yeah, but
that doesn't mean that you haven't got Premier League players.
there might be Premier League players by name, mate, but that's it. They're not good enough. Even if you went up this season, Danny, would you want to see them teams that have gone out on loan, them players come back to Leeds and play?
I'd only have one of them.
And who's that?
Sinistera.
There you go.
No, I wouldn't even have him.
I wouldn't have any of them.
No, I wouldn't. Have.
This team that we've got now is stronger than the team that we had last year.
Yeah, I think so.
And that is why I think they could cut it in Premier League.
No.
Because the team last year couldn't.
Too many of Leeds.
The problem I've got, right? This is a problem I've got, Jess, right? Aronson, look how poor Aronson's done at Union Berlin. They're on about cutting his loan short and sending him back in January.
They can't wait to get rid of him.
Yeah, but Leeds are on
about Roma. Go on, Danny.
Leeds are on about cutting. Leeds are on about cutting Sinistera's loan short.
Wow.
Yeah, because
that's gossip.
He's only played
They're about sending Aronson back out on loan, aren't they?
Yeah, I've read that myself.
One about Bournemouth are not happy that Anthony's not had the game time that he said he was meant to be getting, and Leeds are happy that Sinistera's not getting the game time that he was supposed to be getting. So they're on about cutting each other's loan and sending them back to the thing.
You see, would you take Sinistera? Sinistera was one who caused us all them problems on the final day of the transfer window. I don't think fans would accept him back.
Yeah, but we all said that about Nonto.
Exactly, that's true.
I think the difference was, Danny, I don't recall anybody saying that Nonto threatened to sue the club. But I think Kinnear said that he openly said that Cine threatened to sue the club. Now, Nonto and Cine went missing, didn't they? They were dropped. We knew about Nonto, but we didn't know about Cine at the time. I don't think that Cine was causing all these troubles in the background.
Why,
but now they've offloaded him. I mean, if Bournemouth come back and say, "Well, we want our man back," we'd say, "Right, yeah, fine, take him back." But you're keeping Sinistera. You keep him until end of season, and let him be their problem. We don't want him back. I won't want him back in and around the squad or the club. Threatening to sue the club, it's on another level of. All right. The story we got from Nonto was he's refusing to play. But at the time, I seem to recall that we didn't know what was going on with Sinistera. But then bits and pieces were getting leaked out, and he's injured, he's this, he's that, and then he's training on his own, and Nonto's training on his own, and then it was like, well, what's going on? And then that interview came out with Kinnear, on TSB, and he said he pretty much said then, yeah, he threatened to sue club, so we had no choice but to offload him. Or to, even on a temporary basis until we could come up with a solution about satisfying him and his contract. I mean, the thing is you can't satisfy someone who's threatening to sue you, because all of that stuff was Otter's doing, wasn't it? The club now don't have any control over those events of the past and those contracts that were signed in the past. It's just a case of that we'll have to suck it up and try and. I mean, in my opinion, I'd just say, right, bin him off, whatever we can get for him, and get rid of him. Get rid.
Right.
That's it.
So it wasn't him that threatened to sue us. It was his agent that threatened to sue us, because in the contract, what Orta writ up says, if a Premier League team contacts the club about you, we'll let you go talk to them. And because Orta had gone and Bournemouth had already registered it with the club about Cine, it was his agent that said to sue you if you don't let us go.
Did Sinisterra have the get out clause?
Oh, Sinisterra?
Yeah.
He had a release in his contract if we got relegated and a Premier League club contacted the club, he could go talk to him.
Then he were right to say that he'd sue him, because Leeds United were in breach of his contract.
Yeah.
Whereas Nonso didn't have a release clause.
He just had an age.
Nonso were hung and dry. He didn't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
Whereas Sinisterra were right in threatening to sue, because Leeds United they were in breach of his contract by not letting him go.
So Victor Orta is the one who's the most fault for what happened.
Well, whoever put the clauses in.
Saying you won't have Sinisterra back. I'd have Sinisterra back now if he stayed fit and play him in the number 10.
Yeah, done it.
I won't have anybody back that wanted to go.
Nah.
If they don't want to go, stay out.
Get out.
Problem is, though, when they do come back next season, is there going to be clubs there that want to buy these players?
And Mally's right in the fact that if Leeds were breaking his or in breach of his contract, the board point of view is
that's what
the Jean-Claude Augustin saga that seems to still be dragging out by the sound of it. We don't want another one of them to be dealing with. That all that stuff is taking up resources, time, and money, and it's all happening in the background, and it's stuff that we're just nobody's aware of, apart from the people concerned with it. So, as far as Sinisterra could, get him out off the premises, we don't want to deal with it anymore, and that's how it is. The fact that he's even threatened it, the agent has threatened it, is enough for me to say, well, you know what, agents are paying. He's not coming to the table. He's not negotiating. He's not appreciating the fact that it's the old director of football, and now we need to, or the next time that contract comes up, or if it is going to come up, what's he worth? What can we get for him, and try and get him off the books? That would be my opinion. There's got to be better. I mean, we all said that when Anthony came in, he looks a better player than Sinisterra, but at the minute he's not getting a starting. He's not featuring as starting. He's up against who is it? Somerville.
Yeah.
And I mean, what can you do? You can't drop Chris Somerville for him, can you? You've just got to say, well, look, Jaden, you're gonna have to pull your socks if you want to get in starting 11, mate. You're gonna have to pull your socks up and show us what you're worth. And when you get that chance for those minutes, you're gonna have to take it.
Absolutely. Have we actually got any loanees out that have benefited the club that the club wanted to loan out? I don't think we have.
Mark Rocker wanted to go. Christensen paid for his own flight over to Roma.
Verba, he wanted to go.
Yeah, but he said he wanted to stay.
Yeah, two-faced.
This is the warrior.
Harrison
I'm a Viking.
Harrison wanted to go. wanted to go.
You see, the Harrison case is interesting because, I mean, it's only a few months before that he goes and signs a 5-year deal with us, tells us he's going to make history and all this other mumbo jumbo, and then the next thing is wanting to go again to a club that has an FA hearing hanging over its head, and it sounds like they're going to appeal that, and it also sounds like they could be on the end of a harsher punishment. I just don't understand why Jack Harrison went to Everton. You know, there must have been other clubs out, and if there weren't, it says a lot, doesn't it, that other clubs don't think is Premier League material.
I suppose playing for Everton, it still keeps his profile up, doesn't it?
I think there was only one English club that wanted Harrison, and that were Everton. I think the rest of them were abroad, and I don't think he wanted to go abroad.
Yeah.
Robin Koch's contract will expire, won't it? We loaned him out, didn't we?
Yeah,
and his contract expires.
Yeah.
Yes, Diego Llorente. If Roma want to buy him, because his contract deal runs out, his loan deal runs out in January.
Yeah.
So they could buy him then for like £2.3 million for Llorente.
He's the only one, you know, who Roma took who starts games. Christiansen struggles to get in that team.
Yeah, well, Christensen started last game, played 90 minutes.
Didn't he score?
No,
Didn't he score
no. Scored it one before that.
Were it one before?
Yeah.
You see, it's again, no, you know this problem the club have had this August. We're going to be in the same position again next summer.
Yeah, we are.
With a lot of players.
Well, I think the hope is, Stu, while they're out, that they get minutes and they get exposure, and other clubs take a bit of a fancy to them.
With the loan players that are out now, if we don't go, they can stay out on loan. It carries it on.
Is it?
Yeah.
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 Wow. So if we get promoted, we've got so not only you get promoted, which is fantastic, but on ban news, the old players come back to you.
Yeah, but that way then the class of Premier League players, you can sell them more money.
Yeah, but who's going to buy the likes of Brendan Aronson?
Somebody will buy him. Somebody will buy him if the price is right. If they're prepared to take a cut to get them off the books.
Yeah, well, I think it will.
You know, they might be forced to. You know, somebody comes in and says, Brendan Aronson, we'll give you 7 million. They might be forced to just take it and cut the losses.
I think generous at 7, you're looking at maybe 2 million.
50 quid.
Would the 49ers be in the position just to rip the contracts up and let them go as free agents?
No, because it costs money. There's that many players out.
You have to pay them compensation, Stu, for termination. That's the thing.
Yeah, compensation is we're letting you go find another club because no other side will buy you.
Well, yeah, but the trouble is then they'll take a calculation of how much is remaining in terms of salary weekly on the contract and say, right, well, if you're on 10 grand a week, you've got 52 weeks left to run on this contract, £520,000. So we're gonna do you for 500. You're gonna have to pay us out £520,000 if you wanted to end this contract. Now that's obviously on the low side, isn't it? Compared to the amounts of money that Auto are signing. Aronson, he'll be on a hell of a lot more than 10 grand a week, I would think. So Leeds need to figure out a way of trying to get rid of these buggers for as cheap as possible, and they don't want to be just paying out and getting nothing in return, because I mean that's literally what you're doing if you're tearing up a contract, isn't it? So it's an interesting one. I'd like it'd be nice if it was as easy as that, Stu, but I don't think it is it? There's lawyers and accountants and all the rest of it.
If they rip the contract up, So say, for example, they've gone out on loan and we're paying half the wages now and other teams paying half the wages. If we rip their contract up, we still got to pay them then the full contract on the full wages that they'd be on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's So it makes
It all
sense
de-
to reloan them out again or something.
It all depends how much the 49ers are prepared to lose. And there'll be people in backgrounds working all these figures out.
Yeah.
So if the 49ers turn around and say, right, we're prepared to lose 30 million quid to wipe the slate, then fair enough, so be it. Let it happen. It all depends on how much the 49ers are prepared to lose.
Financial fair play for a start. And Leeds can't afford just to be saying, here, you go and we'll lose money. The Leeds are a business.
Yeah.
Leeds are a business.
About that.
If FFP, they have to stay in line with that as well. And two, Leeds are a business. They will want to get either as much money as they can for them or a deal that suits Leeds United. It'd be roadkill to do that.
That's his sustainability, isn't it? That's his sustainability clauses. About taking losses. That's similar to what happened to Everton, isn't it? Taking losses on players, which they just weren't. You know, if they were running the business properly, the business side of it, you know, any other business would have gone under. Running those sort of loss, £20 million loss. You know, most businesses are going to go under on that. One would assume. So, yeah, it's insane to think about it. But you know, if we have to reload them out, we reload them out. If we go up as a Premier League outfit, you know, then that's going to be a whole new bridge to cross, isn't it? The return, suddenly Leeds are back in the Premier League. Oh, I want to star in the Premier League again. Well, you're not gonna, because you're not good enough. And just offload them for whatever you can. Then at that point, I think
it's like Sam Greenwood. Yeah, he's out on loan. Everybody's saying, "Oh, it's 1.5 million-ish thing." But if Leeds go up, Middlesbrough won't be able to afford his wages anyway because he goes back to his higher wages.
Yeah, exactly.
You see again.
So,
you know, I feel sorry for players like Sam Greenwood. You know, because they wanted to stop. They wanted to fight for a cause. You know, is he good enough for Premier League? I'm not sure. I don't. If you could just use him for free kicks and corners, it'd be brilliant. But you know, I'd sooner have a Sam Greenwood in my squad than a Brendan Aronson.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because Greenwood can play in a few different positions. Greenwood can play out on wing. He can play as a number 10. He can play as a striker. He can play as a defensive midfielder like he has done. So, where with Ridley paper,
the January transfer window opens up on 1st of January. The reason why I'm talking about this now is because the 23rd game I can't do anything because I've got family here. The 26th I've got family here. So then the next game I think is New Year's Day. So out of the squad we've got now, are you in fear of any of these players going out being sold, like Geltard or even, you know, even I wouldn't say Bamford's going to go in January because I don't think anyone will pay his wages. You're going to lose players again in January. Anybody?
Right. Well, they've said with Geldart, they don't want Geldart to leave unless we can get a striker in, which I don't think we're going to be getting a striker in. I don't know why Chelsea have already said this week that Ian Maatson, their left back, they need the money to buy a striker from Italy. So they're letting him go and think £20 million they want. Why don't Leeds go out and buy him? He played for Burnley last season.
Didn't they reject an offer around deadline day for him as well at Burnley? He won't go, would he?
Yeah. No, that were what was it, wasn't it? Yeah, he didn't go to Burnley.
Yeah, he won't go, would he?
No, he didn't go to Burnley because he got promised when was it Potter that were in there? Said, "Oh yeah, you'll have first team football," and he ain't had any first team football since.
And you'll see Leeds going out and just spending 20 million more, don't he?
Yeah, but for a decent left back that could do it in the Premiership, I would.
Yeah, but would that affect his profit and sustainability testing what we've got. Have we got the funds to do it? The 49ers have got the money to do it, but would we be breaking any sort of FFP championship standards? Do you know what I mean?
What I do there then is stick Firpo for sale.
Yeah, then use the money from Firpo to fund getting in a decent left back. Yeah.
Well, not only that. So if we paid 20 million for Maatson, and that puts us 5 million over, we get 2-3 million for Firpo. We're not that far over the thing. There'll be a couple of players going out on loan. I think Louis Tate will be out on loan.
Creswell will go out on loan, Donny.
I even think Matteo Joseph will be out on loan.
Yeah, but how many players are we allowed to loan out?
2. Is it? Bring another 2 in. How many can we loan out, Donny? Many as we want.
If they're under 21, you can loan as many as you want. If they're over 21, then we can't.
So this is why I love doing these sort of shows.
Stu, Vinda says he can hear some background TV or something on your feed.
Sil, can you just lower the telly down a little bit, love? BBC. What are you watching? EastEnders on EastEnders at Classic. Yeah, EastEnders will be suing me. I can't afford to pay all this. I hope you're doing well, Vinda, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Really good to see you.
Yeah, I think on under 21 you can loan. We could loan as many as we wanted out because we could loan as many as we wanted in. We could have bought as many as we wanted. But over 21, we can't because we've already hit us thing.
Limit.
So, Mally, how many players do you see Leeds buying in January?
None.
No left.
I don't see us buying anybody. I see us loaning in.
Yeah, we might loan a left back or a number 10, but Katz is paying money.
No, me neither.
Isn't that the thing with
there as well?
Sorry, Jess.
There's always a premium in for players in January as well. It always seems to be they have a bit of an higher market value in January.
That's same with Rodon, isn't it? We could have bought him at start season for 15 million. Leeds said no, we'll loan him. Now they want 20 million for him.
Yeah.
That's my concern. If Rodon and Spence get called back,
There's no recalling Rodon's loan, so they can't recall him.
Yeah, I spoke to some Tottenham fans and
there's no recall on him. Believe me.
There's no recall on him.
No recall on his loan. They cannot recall him back. Check it, Danny, honest. I'm not lying.
I know they can't call them back. They can't call either of them back.
No, they can't. They can't. And if they were going to do it, they would have done it weeks ago because Tottenham have been. They started. They went 10 games unbeaten, and then they lost the next 4. They won, and then they won the last game against Newcastle. But they would have called them back 5 games ago if they could recall them back. Because Tottenham are even complaining that they couldn't. Why wasn't there a release clause put into their contracts? But the problem is there were certain requirements at Tottenham. Yeah. Tottenham don't think Rodon and Spence as good enough for what they want, where they want to go in the champion. They were trying to get Champions League qualification. And they've said that Spence and Rodon are good players, but they're not. If they went to a Premier League club, it'll be mid-table club. So we've done well to get them in on loan, definitely. Are we going to be able to buy them at the end of the season, Danny? Do you know what I mean? And we might be able to buy Rodon, but Spence, I don't think there's anything in his clause to say it's just a pure straight loan, isn't it?
Yeah, so Rodon is a straight loan. We haven't got nothing to buy him. But if Tottenham want Nonto, I'd swap both of them for Nonto.
I think the only question mark over Spence would be his injuries, and does Spurs know something that we don't with regards to his physical fitness? But apart from that, Danny, I think I'd be tempted to do the same. That Nonto once away, he'd get a really good crack of the whip at Spurs. It's a massive club that's on the up. Good manager. And we'd benefit from that move, I think.
Yeah, 2 for price. And Nonto's not really in starting 11, is he? He's a bit hit and miss. I'd take them to any day for Nonto. I think that'd be a really good deal for Leeds. Because Rodon has been outstanding this season. You can't knock the bloke. He's been solid as a centre back. He's looked nice with Stroud. They've played well between them. Defensively, them two have been pretty solid.
Got a good partnership.
He's not frightened of getting hurt with ball. He's always putting his body on line.
Brave, isn't he? He's a brave defender.
Yeah. I mean, I think January is going to be very interesting. Though. I really do. I think it's going to be an interesting period. Are Everton going to go back in for Nonto again? Can they actually buy anyone yet at this moment in time? With them, especially if they're going to appeal a decision, I think they won't be able to buy anyone if appeals been pending. If that makes sense, me and Jess talked about this yesterday. If we were Everton, we just set the punishment and move on because they've got their points back now. They're out at relegation places.
Yeah.
You know
what's point?
Why risk another 15 points being added to it? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Just interestingly enough, in stats, Rodon's ranking at number 7 for us in terms of minutes played. So he's had 17 starts for us. What's that? It's yellow cards. I think he's on 4 by the look of it.
So more yellow cards versus suspension. When does that restart? Is that January?
I got a yellow card on Tuesday. So if it were in the first 19 games that he got it, then he'd be banned. But now it'll be 10 matches, so he can get 10 yellow cards now before he would get banned. Because normally, because I was thinking Ampadu would be banned for Saturday, but it's up to 19 games and then it changes. So now it's up to 10. Get 10 yellow cards before he'll get a ban. So I suppose
Rodon's made 61 progressive passes for us versus Pirot, who's made 66. And Pirot's, so they're on like-for-like games as well. So it just shows just how important he is for us in terms of his passing range. And I think that's really it, as well as obviously his defensive qualities. I mean, defensively, he's been outstanding for us.
Yeah.
And he's, if Spurs put that deal on the table, you've got to snap their hand off, haven't you? You just say, you know what, we've got a player who wasn't happy about being with us 6 months ago. You're going to give us 2 players for Wilfred. I mean, there's even talk of cash. I wouldn't get greedy. I'd just say, look, you know what, we'll take it. We'll take it all day long. And if we can do something with Spence later down the line, let's see how that goes. But I mean, that makes total sense to me.
Out of the two, though, if you were to pick one to have, who would you rather have, Spence or Rodon? If there were that choice and you could only have one of them, who would you personally have?
Rodon.
Stu?
Rodon. He's been the most important player for us.
Mal? Who would you have?
Mal?
Yeah, Rodon for me.
I think we're up. Lee?
Spence.
Spence.
You just like being awkward, you do, Lee.
Come on. I think it's just an injury thing, isn't it? With Spence, he's not had a great start for us in injury side of it. I think it makes me a bit sceptical if Spurs knew something about his physical fitness. Like I said, they were quite happy to let him go. Forest let him go, didn't they, as well? So it makes me wonder if there is something there that's, a recurring issue for him. and if he does find it difficult, so yeah, I mean, at least then it gives us an option of moving Spence on if we have to move him on, or certainly if at least we can keep him fit.
So how many loanies have we got? Is it just the 3? Spence, Rodon and Anthony?
We signed Pirot, didn't we?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Spence, Rodon,
Spence,
and Anthony.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And we're 2 slots available in January.
Is it just them 3?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, speaking about Spence, Gary, right? This is what you get for watching all these bloody different YouTube fan channels. When Tottenham bought Jed Spence, it was under Conte.
Yeah.
Conte didn't want Spence. It was the club buy. The club bought Spence. Conte didn't want him, so that's why Conte didn't play him. It was the club who bought Jed Spence over Conte's head, sort of thing. And that's where problems started with Conte. He started feeling underappreciated and stuff like that, and not being backed fully by club. So I don't know if it's an injury concern, but it was a bit dodgy that he only played 15 minutes and he went out for so long.
Yeah.
You know, that is a bit of alarm bells ringing.
If you
just unlucky, couldn't he? He could have just been unlucky either way.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. I've got Little and waking up. I'll be back in a minute.
It will Luke Aylin's fault we out.
How do I remove him? Oh, he'll be back anyway. Go on, Danny. What were you saying, mate?
Yeah, Jed Spence, I think he's only ever had 2 injuries. I think this is the longest one he's been out for.
Yeah.
He had an injury at Middlesbrough when he was at Middlesbrough on loan, and he was Nottingham Forest's best player when he was there.
Yeah, if you remember, Danny, Forest, when they got promoted, they did a madness. They bought about 20 players.
Yeah.
So there were no room for Spence were surplus to the requirements. A bit like Brennan Johnson is when they sold Johnson at Spurs and all.
I think they're missing though, Stuart Johnson.
Funny, oddly enough, Tottenham have got Nottingham Forest this Saturday.
No, tonight, I think.
Is it tonight?
Yeah, it's tonight, right, Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play tonight.
This is why I'll tell you what, this is what I'm going to do. Mainman goes up there, Stuart goes up north, step down there, how's that?
No, you need to go up me, I need to go up north.
Yeah.
Do you think Leeds might just even go out and buy him in January to prevent what happened, like to get there first before, say, his market value goes up? Because say if he has a good second half of the season and a couple of Premier League clubs going for him as well, then it'd be choice. Why not just go out and buy him anyway in January?
I don't want to.
You see, I think I don't. Tottenham paid 10 million, I think it was, for Spence. And on his market value now, I think he's worth about 5 million. And they bought Rodon. I think it was for 20 million, and I think they were offering him to us at start season 15, and we just wanted a loan. So really, I think he's trying to get his money back for Rodon. He hasn't said not about Spence.
Do you want to say, like with Ben White? Do you remember when he were at Leeds and then obviously he went to bigger and better things, shall we say? Do you think that could happen?
Well, we tried to get him, didn't we? But Brighton played out.
Yeah, but I don't think...
Or do you think it'd be all dependent with Rodon if Leeds get promoted this season?
I don't think Rodon is as good as Ben White.
No.
No. To be honest with you, I know this sounds a bit dodgy, but if we went up into the Premiership, I'd keep Rodon, but I wouldn't have him as a starter. I'd have him as a bench option.
But then, I mean, for a newly promoted club, then Danny, if that's what you're saying, £20 million for a bench warmer.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of money,
For
isn't it?
newly promoted clubs to Premier League, it's a lot of money to pay out if you're not going to start him.
Yeah, but if you listen to what the 49ers say, if we go up, they're going to spend. So when they say they're going to spend, I presume that's going to be £50 million players.
I don't think it will be, Danny.
Me neither. I don't think they'll go out and just go, oh, well, we'll spend 300-400 million. Can't see that. They have well, like we say, it's FFP in it a lot of it. They have to stick with it. Even though Newcastle have got all that money behind them, they can't just go out and say, we'll spend this, this, and this, and this. Although we'd love to see that.
Yeah, they said that, and they said that, you know, they want to do it the right way. They don't want Newcastle don't want to happen to them what's happened to Man City.
Yeah.
You know, Man City went out and spent all that money instantly, and look at them, they're facing 115 charges. Leeds, I think if Leeds face 15 charges, it would cripple us. I really do.
I think he'll spend, but I think they'll do it in the right way, where it'll be spent maybe 20 million players and trying to go for the experience this time and proven players. I think they won't do it like Orta did, and I do believe that. I think they're very up here, and I think they'll do it in the right way. But I do think they'll back Leeds if they go up. But I don't see them spending, say, 60 plus on one player. I really don't. I'd like to see that.
But I think if we go up, we're going to need one or two marquee signings at like 50, 60 million.
Who would you like to see come in though, Danny? If as a marquee signing for you?
Marquee signing for me if we went up. Ooh, let me have a look.
I mean, I was reading an article yesterday saying Calvin Phillips had come back to Leeds if they got back in Premiership. Would you take him back at Leeds?
It's too injury prone for me. Too injury prone.
And don't forget, he wanted to go.
Calvin Phillips wanted to go. He's played 4 hours of football and won everything that he wanted to win.
Mm-hmm.
But
Calvin Phillips is moving from Man City in January.
Oh yeah. He'll definitely leave.
I think he'll go somewhere like Tottenham or Newcastle.
I've heard Man U, Danny. Heard Man U were interested in him. Couldn't see him going. I don't.
He's always said he'll never go to Manchester United. Manchester United wanted him with Man City, and he turned Manchester United down.
Things are different now, though, Danny. Euros are coming up, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? If they're going to guarantee him playing time,
Southgate's going to pick him for Euros no matter what.
Well, that's not right, is it, Danny? If he ain't playing, he shouldn't be getting picked.
No, I won't be picking.
James Ward-Prowse can't get a sniff, and he's doing really well for West Ham. As me and Stu watched last night, he was really good last night. I rate James Ward-Prowse. Or other players, or say like Harry Maguire. I know he started to play for Scum, but before that, he was still getting picked. Why should? Because you're Harry Maguire that you get picked. No, there's players that, like Sterling, for instance, he don't get a sniff, but he's done all right.
Tomorrow.
He's in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Southgate's a bit. I don't really like his style of football, if I'm honest. But we're all, we all have an opinion, and we all have, like different things.
England will not win anything. England will not win anything with Gareth Southgate in charge.
I agree.
I mean, I watched a video, and he's a bit of an idiot, granted, but like Rory Jennings, and he over says things just for the views and all that sort of rubbish. But he was saying that Gareth Southgate has. We've got that generational talent again, like we had in Euro '96. He says if we don't win up with this talent and what we've got with Bellingham and all them lot, he says we will never win anything. As England will never win another trophy ever again.
Yeah, we won't win anything with Southgate in charge. No matter how many decent players we've got.
It's boring football, defensive football. He just don't want to let them go. For me, it's boring. I don't like his style of football. It's rubbish.
Leeds Angel says England are boring. Southgate out.
I agree. Leeds Angels, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I do. I think. Look, I think we've got a really good group of talented players. Archie Gray is going to be one of them talents what are going to grow up, go into England side hopefully one day. Joby Bellingham is another player who'll be in England side. Frank Gray who plays for Leeds? Mally, his brother, is it Harry Gray? Harry
Gray, yeah.
Harry. He's playing. He's 15. He's playing under 18s, isn't he? I think.
Yeah.
Would they play for England or would they play for Scotland?
Well,
good question.
Well, Eddie Gray did a thing, didn't he, with Archie Gray about thing on that, and Archie says he wants to play for England, but Eddie wants him to play for Scotland.
Yeah.
Depends on who manager is at the time as well. When Archie Gray, because we're all forgetting that Archie Gray's only 17 years of age. You know,
he has to get changed in a different changing room to team. Does Archie Gray? He has to have his own little thing because Because of data things with him. He has to get changed in the changing room, and bless him, for a 17-year-old lad, you can't knock him. He's done really well for Leeds. I'd like to see him play midfield, though, me, in his preferred position.
You see, would you play Archie Gray in the 10?
I think that guy would do a job wherever you put him. I really do. Whether it were left back, right back, midfield, even up as a striker number 10, I still think he'd do his best. He'd give 100.
Yeah, but don't forget, he's 17-year-old. He's 6'2". He's still not fully growing yet.
Exactly. There's still more to come with him. A hell of a lot more. Only good things can come from him. He'll be future Leeds captain. I can guarantee you that. He won't go nowhere. He's too loyal.
Do you know though? I felt that about Calvin Phillips.
Money talks, doesn't it?
You see, and remember as well with Calvin Phillips, Calvin Phillips and Rafinha held Leeds over a barrel. They had their clubs, specific club they wanted to go. Remember for Rafinha, Chelsea wanted him. They were willing to pay more money than Barcelona. But Rafinha didn't want to go to Chelsea. He wanted Barcelona. Calvin Phillips didn't want to go anywhere else apart from Man City.
So win what he wanted
as well.
I think with Calvin Phillips, he knew that going to Man City, he'd win everything. Whether he played 35 matches or 35 minutes. Look what he's won, Stu. You know what I mean? Look what he's won. He's won a treble. For what? What was it? 333 minutes he played last season, and he's got 3 trophies, the biggest trophies ever. That's him done for life. He's got those medals, Premiership, Champions. The 3 beauties that he won as a player. Not that he deserved that, and not that he warranted what they won. He didn't really put out into that, but he knew going there that he'd win trophies. Whether it, like I said, what minutes he's played, he's got those trophies. And now he needs to go out and get some minutes, because if you watched him on, I think they played Wednesday night, we watched it, me and my mum. He needs a lot of minutes. He don't look happy. That penalty that they let him take, that was a gift. Wanted to take that before you leave, sort of thing. You could tell.
Yeah, and he waved at fans. He waved at fans when he celebrated that goal.
That was a goodbye gift, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course it was. That was like, you take that penalty because you'll be going in January. And it'd be a good loan deal for Newcastle with Calvin Phillips. For me.
I was watching Just Joe's show, and I think he had a Man City fan on the other day, and they were calling it. What were they calling it? The charity penalty or something. Yeah. But he needed to score it for him to win, didn't they? So, we spoke about Calvin a lot, but it's sad what's happened to him. But in terms of he's not had the minutes, he's not had that exposure, and he's not been had a consistent run in that side. But you see, when push comes to shove, he's estimated to be on about 160 grand a week. No one in their right mind is going to turn that sort of salary increase down. No one's going to turn it down. The span of a footballer's career is limited. It's 12 years. If you're lucky, it's sort of 12 years if you're lucky. You know, you can probably go on and get to sort of Cristiano Ronaldo. It's 22 years, something like that. He's been playing at top elite level football.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's an insane. He would have been stupid not to take that Man City move, but he's taken it, and he's, like Jess says, he's got every single trophy, every single medal, pretty much under in the domestic game, and good on him. You know, he's gone there, he's filled his boots. He's not had to do very much for it. He's won a lot more than Harry Kane, and
yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say about
Harry.
He's got a nice pension fund on it, and at day when he retires, he's got a nice little lump sum sat there.
You don't have to worry. Yeah, I said to Stu, we talked about this other week, and I said, look, you know, if someone comes to you, Stu, or someone comes to me, they're going to say, right, you're going to do the same job, do the same hours, everything the same, but we're going to pay you 4 times more than what you're earning now. How does that sound? Anybody would snap their hand off, whatever profession is. You know, say with any profession, any professional, anybody working in it, working. You know, Morrison's coming for checkout assistant. She's on 12. He's on 12 quid an hour, and at Aldi, and they say, right, well, we're going to offer you 4 times your salary, 48 quid an hour. Do you want to come and work for us? Same job. They're going to snap their hand off. Of course they are.
Morrison's paying that good mate of work for him.
Don't blame him. Yeah, don't blame him.
Gary, I was going to tell you off, and you used 2 swear words in that sentence just then.
Did I?
Morrison's an hour.
Work.
Eh? Work. Well, it's over now for 3.5 weeks, Stu. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Hopefully, I don't have to talk about that anymore. Don't work too hard.
But can you imagine it though? Couldn't you? Kelvin Phillips rocking up to England, up to George's Park, with his free treble winners round his neck. There's Harry Kane, a leading goal scorer in 5 years for Premier League, and he's won nothing.
Record breaker.
Yeah, and he won nothing.
Yeah, but they're going to be absolutely well pissed. They're going to be so jealous of that. You know, you'd be absolutely gutted. I would be absolutely gutted. You know, he turns up there. He's got all that, all that bling dripped around his neck. Of course, anybody's going to be gutted about that.
Yeah, but he's half of that. He's half of that on Harry Kane as well, because he could have gone to Man City.
Yeah. I mean, thing is, though, everybody talks about the year that he's had or the 2 years that he's had. But I think like this, Stu, you know, and I know what Jess says about he didn't deserve it. Well, he has deserved it, and I think he's deserved it because he's come up through the ranks. He's played through the ranks. He's played all his time at Leeds, and you know he's had one of the world's greatest coaches, Bielsa, to guide him, nurture him, and everything. And he has worked hard over his. I think when you take the longer view and say over his career, has he worked hard for it? And he's reaped his just rewards.
I don't dispute that, but when you've got your manager coming out and saying you're fat, mate, you know you're not good enough for Man City. And his manager public come out and said that you're fat.
No, I mean, he's been in Qatar, had one too many kebabs, hasn't he, and probably smoked a bit of sheesh.
I would rather know that I'd earned those medals I would rather know that I give something to win them medals. I'm not saying he didn't work hard at Leeds. I don't dispute that. He was Leeds' best player, and he was a good player at Leeds. But he's done to warrant what he won at Man City, Gary. I'm sorry, but we'll beg to differ on that one.
Calvin's argument's going to be, look, I've worked hard over my career, and you know, I got a bit of luck. They came in for me. They wanted me because they didn't want any other team to pick me up, and or whatever the reason is. And like Danny says, his injury record isn't great. So, you know, would I have him back? No, I wouldn't.
Look at it this way. Before Marcelo Bielsa come in, Leeds were on the verge of selling Calvin Phillips and keeping Vieira.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something, guys? Right, this is going to sound really, really controversial. Was Calvin Phillips as good as Leeds United fans made him out to be, or was it the system what Bielsa played what made him look better than what he actually was.
None of the players was as good as what they are. It was Bielsa that made them that.
I agree, Donna. I do agree with that.
What about you, Mally?
Yeah, totally agree.
Because
I thought Vieira were better than Phillips.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Mal. I think the problem is if he were good, Gary, and you know this, he'd have started every week for Man City. And he won't.
Yeah.
For me.
the problem what Phillips said, he
Guardiola.
went to a club where he's the position he was contesting for were Rodri's position.
Exactly. And he's not better than Rodri.
Yeah, but Rodri missed out last week and he still didn't get picked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sat on bench at Luton, with his like this. That was Calvin on Sunday.
Yeah,
So-
they've been playing a left back in central midfield in front of him.
So if he don't even get rated to be playing against Luton, for me, Calvin, move on and get your career restarted again.
I think the thing is that I'd like to see him move on. I'd like to see him play again, but he could literally just do an Harry Maguire to Man City and just say, "No, I'm going to stay here, fight for my place, cheese everybody off." I think he'll. I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. To be honest with you,
He did it in summer, didn't he? They wanted to offload him in summer, but he said that he wanted to stay and fight for his place. So this is why Pep Guardiola's come out in public and says it's a shame for Phillips, sort of thing.
I think
he's on the gravy train, mate. He's on the gravy train. He's not emotionally invested in Man City. Never will be.
If we see Calvin Phillips play week in, week out, you will see the flaws in Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because there's
See,
no
the reason
Premier League club what suits his system.
And the reason I think he went to City is because Pep Guardiola learnt off of Bielsa, so he's probably thinking, same football, I'll get in here.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because let's be honest, Pep Guardiola's the closest thing to Bielsa's system. Isn't it? It's the closest. This is why they say when you go to Man City, it takes about a year. Pep Guardiola gives all the new players a year just to learn his system. It's that complicated. We watch it and we think it's easy, but it's not. It's really not.
He's an hard man to please, is Pep. Very hard.
That's why it's been so successful.
Yeah.
Because he don't take food quietly, does he?
Like some managers do, that it's a bit like Ten Hag's a bit like that. He's tried to do it that way, and look what's happened. He's lost dressing room. They won't play for him. You've got to have that respect of your players as well, and clearly he does have that. Yeah,
because let's be honest, Man City it's full of winners. It's full of winners. Every player's won something in that, and Calvin Phillips is going in there from a newly promoted club. Who were only playing Championship football 2 seasons ago. He's not going to get the respect straight away, is he?
No, and it's dropping its due from like playing at Leeds, which I'm not slagging Leeds off at all, but their standard to Man City's is 3 or 4 higher than what it was at Leeds, and he will love it. He's got his own way at Leeds a lot. He was, the fans and everything else, but at Man City, it's like starting a new job again. It's having to work your way up to try and get in there, and obviously hearing your manager calling you fat and this, that, and other doesn't help your confidence. I suppose he thought, I'll give it another half a season. Hopefully, I'll squeeze in with De Burn being out injured, and it hasn't happened for him. And I think if he don't move in January, it'll be detrimental to his career. I really do.
And I don't think it'll go down well with the dressing room either. The Man City dressing room won't do what. Look what even Rick Cooper, who had standards at the end of last season. If you don't want to be at Leeds,
on your back,
they'll go, and that's what'll happen at Man City. They won't want a player there who ain't good enough.
Depends what he thinks of himself, doesn't it? And I think I mean. It's like anything else, isn't it? They're giving him the message. Man United try to give Harry Maguire the message, and look where that got him. He's a player of the month last season, last month, wasn't it?
It's like Manchester United fans are slating Harry Maguire, but you're not telling me, Gary, that if Harry Maguire was at Leeds, if we had the chance to sign him, we wouldn't sign him.
Leeds?
No, I
Leeds-
won't sign him. No.
Maguire,
I don't want
I
Slap Maguire at Leeds. No chance.
I'd have Maguire at Leeds. He's a decent centre back.
Yeah.
He hasn't put wrong for England.
Yeah, for
The
England,
system,
he's outstanding.
the system has to suit him, though, Danny. The perfect club for Harry Maguire would be West Ham.
Yeah, and he could have gone there, couldn't he, Stu, and he won't go.
It
And
were
that
over
were
5
that
million
were
pounds.
that were over £5 million.
Yeah.
I mean, Man United were literally paying it to get rid of him, and he still won't go. It's like a bad spell.
I'll earn me whatever a week last day.
Well, when he come back after his long time out, and he scored that winning goal, didn't he? He scored that winning goal, and I remember commentator distinctly saying he's gone from outer house to penthouse.
Yeah.
That's what that commentator says. I thought it was brilliant. One of the best things I've ever heard from a commentator.
Yeah.
Do you think they should make a surprise loan bid for Phillips in January window? I
No.
don't think he'll come on loan. I think Man City want to sell him.
If Leeds going for Phillips isn't starting.
We couldn't afford his wage. We couldn't afford his wages.
I agree.
Yeah, and it won't be starting straight away anyway.
Yeah.
Leeds Angel says, Maguire, I would rather have my granny there. Laugh out loud.
I agree.
I mean,
go on, Gary.
some replays of Harry Maguire, you look at him and you think, are they actual mistakes, or is he doing it? Is he doing it just to wind everybody up?
Do you know what I actually think it is? I actually think the club is too big for Maguire.
Yeah,
Is
he went captain under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Randrick. Anything what went wrong at Man United, it was Maguire's fault.
Yeah. A bit like Bamford, you mean, at Leeds?
Yeah.
What piece do you do about this?
I think if Maguire hadn't gone to Manchester United, we won't be talking about him how we are now.
No, I
agree with that.
Going there. Because them fans have just been done nothing but been on his back for years. They call him Slabby Maguire, don't they? They're never nice to him. It's always Slab Maguire. It's always poor old Danny Maguire's fault. But,
It's hilarious.
He went to Leicester and he did well at Leicester, and then he went to Man U and it just went other way.
Manchester United is a retirement club.
Yeah.
Look
You don't want to play anymore, you go there.
David De Gea says it wasn't the manager, it wasn't the players. He says it's Man United, it's cursed.
Yeah.
That's what David De Gea says.
Well, they were never happy with him. Last year he was their best goalkeeper. He won Golden Glove, and all they did was slag him off. Now they've got Onana in net, who's even worse. You want to should have thanked a lot of De Gea.
They're finding out now, aren't
they're looking at that AC Milan keeper, Jess.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently he's not willing to sign a new contract with AC Milan because he's heard that Man United are sniffing around him. So they're going to buy another keeper. But saying that, though, Pep Guardiola did it, though, didn't he? Pep Guardiola bought Claudio. He got rid. He didn't fancy Hart. He brought in Claudio Bravo. That didn't work, and he went with Edison. So even best managers bring in 2 or 3 goalkeepers.
Clangers.
It's like Manchester United, right? They bought that Anthony for £90 million, right? And they could have had Rafinha. They could have had Rafinha for 17 million, and he's 20 times better than Anthony.
I agree.
That was before we got him on it, Danny.
Yeah, that's amazing. That.
Robbo says there's no way I'd have Maguire at Leeds. Not a chance. Just popped on, guys. I had Robbo. Hope you're doing well, mate. And hope you get back to that mother of yours for the 60th. It's a big birthday for the Robbo.
Yeah.
Boots.
You see, a lot of people are saying they won't have Maguire because he's at Manchester United. Would they have had Maguire when he was at Leicester?
No. Well, I mean, that's when he's at the peak of his career, isn't it? Or he's on the up, he's the rising star and all the rest of it. And you're probably more likely to say, yeah, of course you would.
Yeah,
But
it's only because he's at Manchester United. That's why people are saying no.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying no because he's a Manchester United player. Not a chance. I mean, I said before that Leeds and Man United have done business over the years, and that's how it is. And I wouldn't hold anything against him for being a Man United player. You employ somebody based on the job that they can do or that you think they can do. At the minute, my opinion is he's probably had a good month, 3 games or whatever it is. And perhaps it is a resurgent Harry Maguire, but then you listen to the Man United fans and say, "Oh yeah, of course he's been he's had a fairly steady month. We've played teams in who are supposedly relegation fodder. So we should be picking up points against Burnley and Sheffield United and all these other low end Premier League teams, but." Is he a top class defender? Yeah, I think he is. But it's like anything else, isn't it? When he makes a mistake, he just gets hung out to dry. And some of those mistakes that he makes, some of them, you look back at him, you think, how the bloody hell has he managed to do that? and the internet just makes memes out of him. I mean, he's just hilarious.
We've had that same situation with Meslier last season.
Yeah.
Last season, we were all, Meslier had a lot of mistakes.
We want to hang him last season.
Yeah, and now it seems to have got his attitude right. His head's right way. He's more focused now.
The worst one for Melier was that Baines goal.
Yeah. But even that Baines goal, because your defenders and your goalkeepers the last line of defence. Any mistake minute mistake they make sticks in our minds. Just like when a striker scores a goal, it sticks in our minds. The midfield and stuff seem to get away with an awful lot.
Yeah. I think the thing is, Stu, we think back to that Sunderland match, and in my opinion, I said to you then, and you've said things to me, should Melier have done better there? I think he should have probably done better there with that Sunderland goal.
Yeah, but that Sunderland goal wasn't his fault. That was actually Archie Gray's fault for playing him on side.
Because he should have stepped forward, Archie Gray should have been 5 yards forward in line with Strauch and Rodon, and he wasn't. So that you can't let Meslier's door.
Well, he should have done, but I mean, there's a lucky deflection. It comes back in, doesn't it? And Archie's playing him on the side. But
first half, Gary, you can't.
You can't knock that save. That was a tremendous save.
Another one. He's made a good save there at Leicester. He has made some good saves this season. He looks a lot better keeper for me this season.
Which game where I blamed him for being at fault for his positioning where he got lobbed when he were when he should have stayed back. I can't remember what game it was.
Plymouth,
but I think that's the only big mistake he's made this season.
Yeah,
that's the only mistake I can remember him making this season. In what we played now, 14. How many games have we played?
18, isn't it?
18 games that he's made, and I can only fault him for one mistake. What I can think about. So it proves that he's improved a lot this season.
His distribution's a lot better.
Says here, Ethan Ampadu's made 21 starts for us, and so has Melier. So have we played 21 games?
21 games, yeah.
Is it 21?
So one fault for his positioning in 21 games. Ain't too bad, is it, Jeff? Not for a young keeper. I mean, he's still only 22 or 23 or something. He's not old.
No.
He's still got loads of time to improve. Are you happy with Meslier, Mally? Are you happy with him?
Oh, Meslier? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, solid.
Because a lot of Leeds fans have given him a lot of stick this season, haven't they, Meslier?
Last week we were all folk talking about getting rid of him, and we've got to put Darlow in, and la 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 la.
No, not Darlow.
I don't agree with that at all. I mean, I think he's. But you see, Stuart, Hermione says that Cleeson is a very, very good keeper. Clarkson.
The fans remember the mistakes, don't they?
Of course they do.
Yeah. They don't remember
the good stuff.
Yeah.
Clarkson can't be that good because we're looking at another Swedish international.
Yeah. I seen that under 21.
Yep.
Yeah, I seen that yesterday.
Yeah. Strange how it goes, isn't it?
Leeds Angels says, how did he win Player of the Month? If we have Maguire, we get relegated. I think it depends on the style of play. Leeds Angels. I think if you defend like West Ham do, where your back four line don't have to move much, it don't. They don't press high up picture up. I think Maguire's pretty solid. I haven't seen Harry Maguire lose a header, a defensive header. I've never seen him lose.
He ain't gonna lose many, is he?
No, that's true. Would like to see Darlow, Gurev, Nonto, Anthony, and Anthony could do with a run of games under their belts. With the run of games last season, supporters saw how good Robles was in goal compared to Ilan. Do you think that's the case, though, Michael, or do you think it was a case of we were more relieved to see Robles in net over Ilan Meslier with mistakes he were making? And because once Robles is that if what is it? Is it because we were relieved to see him rather than him being a better keeper?
I want Darlow for Messi.
Robles is at the age now where goalkeepers start coming into their own. So he had more experience over Meslier, so that's why he's probably done better than Meslier in them situations. But now you won't see Darlow now to a Peterborough game.
I agree. Unless he gets injured, Meslier, there'll be no way that Farke will start Darlow.
No. No chance.
It's one position, isn't it? You don't
not very rarely change it, do you, Stu, unless it's cup games or injuries.
Yeah, I agree with that. And your back four don't normally change, neither does it.
No.
Unless there's injuries or suspensions.
I think cup game you'll see players like Cooper, Ayling.
Yeah. Bamford if he's still about. Probably Spence. Do it minutes, to be fair. Gruev's another one that really hasn't had a bit of a run out for Leeds, has he really?
I can't tell you anything about Gurev. I can't tell you nothing about him. I ain't seen enough of him.
No.
In cup game, you'll have Joffrey playing at 10 with Bamford up top. You'll have Matteo Joseph out on left. You'll have Anthony out on left and whatever. Darlow in goal.
Cooper at centre back, probably. Ayling at right back.
Yeah, unless they play Ayling at centre back with Cooper.
Maybe he'll play Jed Spence in that just because he hasn't had a lot of minutes. Just get him a bit fitter. But I can't see Darlow ever knocking Meslier off his perch unless he's injured.
See, that's just it. I mean, we watched the West Ham game, and they have Adiola playing in Premier League when he's not injured, and Fabianski is the cup keeper. But you can't really tell much difference in quality between Ariola and Fabianski. No. Whereas with Leeds, there's a massive drop from keeper to keeper in quality.
Yeah, I agree. It's same at Liverpool, Stu. Alisson and then Kelly are underneath him. He's nowhere.
Yeah, well, we watched that. I watched that game before we did that watch along, and
that one. What he got beat at his post.
A place where they say a keeper should never be beat is on the near post.
Yeah, I agree. Luckily, it was a meaningless game for them, but yeah.
I'm away, Stu.
That though tomorrow, so do you think he'll just stick with it?
All right, mate. Are you off, Mally? Yeah?
See you later.
See you
All right,
later.
mate. Take care.
Yeah.
Bless
We
you.
better get. Oh. We better get her.
But it's all right saying the keeper shouldn't be beat at his near post. The ball shouldn't be getting anywhere near the post to start with.
I've said this already. To be honest, Stu, there's 10 players in front of you before you goalkeeper, so somebody has to take it. I think it can't always be keeper.
Everybody looks for a scapegoat, though, don't they? Where are we with predictions? And have we got any predictions for this match tomorrow, folks?
Well, I went
1-0. I've gone 1-0.
I've gone 2-1.
And Lee, I know Lee went 3-2 to Leeds. He thinks it's going to be a close game.
Did you?
Yeah, Lee said, didn't he, last night? 3-2.
I've said 3. I think 3-0 for me. But
What you think we're going to win 3-0?
yeah, I do. Yeah.
Wow.
No. Look at
It's
this.
a good job you're on that plane tomorrow, Gary, or so I'll be giving you some stick, lad.
Well, I'm going to be because they've got onboard Wi-Fi, aren't they? So I'll certainly be trying to tune in and figure out what's going on.
Only way Leeds
He's going to
scores.
do a Lee and make sure that me and Jess, I'm going to see if Robbo's available. I need to I'll send that as soon as we finish to wrap this show up.
You've got link. Yeah, well, I was going to do a live tonight anyway, but I mean, we've been on here like an hour and a half, so an hour and 40 minutes.
I know.
I'll just bin that off. It's mad, isn't it?
Only way Leeds score 3 tomorrow is if Coventry don't turn up.
I agree, Danny.
Yeah.
I can see it being a tight one tomorrow. Really can.
I don't think they'll ever give a team a so-called battering or whatever people say. I just don't. I can't see it. I just don't see Leeds ever doing that. I really don't. I think we are clinical enough to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We miss more chances than we score.
I agree, Danny.
Yeah, and that's always been one of our problems, though, hasn't it? I mean, even under Bielsa, look how many chances we created and didn't convert.
But you always knew with Bielsa that your team wasn't going to stop playing it second half.
Yeah.
It'd be
Do you think
100%.
it's a case of match fitness then, Danny, with players?
No, I think it's the players thinking they're better than what they are, and they're not.
Yeah, I agree, Danny.
I think it's instruction from Farke.
No. So when you go 1-0 up, then Farke's telling them, "Oh, sit back."
No way. He should be get another and another.
Well, it's a recurring pattern, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the players thinking they're better than what they are, and then when they realise that they can't do it and they haven't got enough time to get back up to speed to do it, it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
It's a recurring. Go on, Stu.
Leeds Angel 6 that Leeds are going to win, and she agrees with Danny.
Yeah. I mean, I won't call 3-0 an absolute battering, but like the Huddersfield game was the one where we looked like we could go on and get 8 or 9 goals. But then what he did was he made a number of defensive substitutions, didn't he, fairly early on in that second half. And I think that was just probably a case of trying to preserve players because it was probably, in the thick of another crazy month.
I think if he changed it round tomorrow, we could win 3-0.
Yeah.
Because he's not changing that team. They're too tired. Everybody's worked us out. Everybody's worked us out. They know what we're going to play. They know Rutter's going to be running at them. They know Pirro can't run behind them, so they're not worried about that.
They know Dan James, how he plays, he's best off getting behind players, which he struggles with a low block.
Yeah,
So
that's what I said.
Try somebody tomorrow, change that team about a little bit. I don't think fans would have any problem with it. I really don't. I'm not saying go and make 6 or 7. I'm saying 1 or 2 changes for me.
That's why I said if they're playing a low block tomorrow, I wouldn't play Dan James. I'd play Nonto.
I'm playing Nonto because he can get behind. If you looked at him when he came on against Sunderland, he could get behind Sunderland a fair few times. But
I won't be against Bamford starting tomorrow. I won't be against it just to. I'd rather I'd rather rest Perot, Rutter for the Coventry game than the Ipswich game. I want them to be fit for Ipswich game. I'd rather play them.
At least we've got a week after this week. We've got a bit of a rest. At least there's not a game midweek. At least we've got a full 7 days before they play again.
I think the thing is Bamford. Sorry, go on.
Not because they've played 3.
Yeah.
I think at least we've got that week. But I won't have any qualms, Stu, with Bamford starting tomorrow. Let's see what he's made of.
The thing with Bamford is he will go and upset the centre backs, won't he? And he'll start roughing them up or trying to rough them up a little bit. Who's this player that they've got here? Wright, Coventry. Got a player there called Wright. Who's that? What is it? Harry Wright?
The one that we've got to watch for at Coventry is O'Hare.
Yeah. Don't know.
Is it?
O'Hare is the one who I think he's got more goals. He's just come back from either suspension or injury.
Is it? It's not even.
Callum O'Hare's a good player for him though as well. You're right though.
Yeah. There's one there, O'Hare. Yeah, there he is. He's actually low on minutes compared to a lot of the other players. He's only played 359 minutes so far this season.
He's been out injured.
He's one of the players who's coming back.
Yeah. So he must have been.
Matt Godden's decent for him. Josh Eccles is another one.
Yeah.
Sakamoto, we must watch Sakamoto. He's good. Well, I was saying to you one about Freiburg last night, Stu, that Chinese guy that they had up front. I mean, Fabianski made a great save from him, didn't he, to keep his clean sheet?
Yeah.
How did Robin Koch do last night?
Who were he playing for? Freiburg.
He plays for Freiburg, doesn't he?
He didn't start with this, Stu. He didn't play, did he?
No,
didn't play. Didn't see no of him.
Didn't even come off at bench. I don't think he was on bench.
Yeah, he plays for Freiburg.
No, didn't see no of him, Danny. Didn't even come on as a sub, even as a late sub.
Or does he play for Freiburg and we signed him from Freiburg? I can't remember.
Have a look now and see where it is. Do we see us getting 6 points from the next 2 games?
No.
No. What you going, Danny, for?
4 points, yeah.
I try and look on. I try and look on the bright side. I think we can. We've done Ipswich once. I think we'll do them again. So
yeah. If we don't rest any players, Ipswich are round us because our players are going to be dead on the feet whether it's a 7-day break or not.
Yeah.
They're going to that game.
You what, Jeff?
He's at Frankfurt, mate. I've just had a look. He's at Frankfurt.
Yeah, I think we signed him from Freiburg.
We bought him from Freiburg.
And loaded him back out to Frankfurt.
Yeah. I knew it began with F.
Michael Brown says it's more of a fitness issue with Leeds. Under Bielsa, Leeds tended to score goals in the latter second half due to superior fitness over teams. Hence Pablo last-minute goal against Swansea. Robbie Koch played last night for Freiburg away at Aberdeen. They were in their 2-0 defeat. Koch was taken off at half-time.
Says it all taken off at half-time. It's worrying, isn't it, all these players? Come on now.
We're on about 6, some of these players coming back to us.
It's worrying, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Robin Koch is coming back anyway, so we don't need to worry about him.
If his contract ends, doesn't it? He's out of contract at end of the season, isn't he?
Yeah. You see, he's out of contract at end of the season. He might not even stay at Frankfurt. Somebody else might want him.
Being generous.
You know what I mean? Robin Flaccid.
Yeah, you got him from Freiburg. You were right, Danny. You got him from Freiburg.
Yeah.
Good bit of trivia, that. Good bit of trivia. Yeah, it is. Good bit of trivia. Good bit of trivia. Won't beat Danny on a pub quiz about Leeds United. I don't know, mad. Yeah, I'm trying to remain positive. I think we'll have a good performance tomorrow. I think we'll have. Sorry, Saturday, innit? Saturday we play him, innit? What day?
Yeah.
You know, what day is it?
Oh,
It's Friday
do you know
today, innit?
Yeah.
Ipswich, you know, we were unlucky. They were unlucky to get beat by us. I thought Ipswich did more than enough to get something from that game. Now Ipswich haven't slowed down. You know,
No.
everyone thought that they were going to run out, they were going to slow down. But if you look back at the League One campaign, it was exactly the same. They played at the same pace all throughout the season, and I think they're going to do that this season. This is why I think it's important that we need to keep up. We can't afford to go 10 points, 13 points behind them.
No.
We just can't.
Ipswich in the last game listed 5 players.
That's what. Yeah.
Wow.
And I think they still won 2-1, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think if anybody's going to slow down, it'll be Leicester. I don't think Ipswich will.
Yeah, I think that, Jess. I think you know, everyone's praising this Leicester team up, but when we played them, I wasn't that impressed by Leicester.
No. Well, they only won 3-2. You know, what were it? Who did they play? Millwall. They managed to get 2 and they scored first, didn't they, as well? So you know they are there for taking. Whereas I don't see Ipswich dropping. I do see Leicester. Kieran McKenna's done a good job there.
It's been unbelievable for him, hasn't it?
I'm not spending either.
No.
Only way that Ipswich drop points is if Manchester United sign get rid of Nine Hag and get McKenna in.
I agree. He's
I'll tell you something. He's doing a great job for him.
Yes.
Well, they've been linked with everybody at the minute, aren't they? Man United. They talk about. I saw the other day Lepetegi. Like Lepetegi.
Yeah, it were only a few days ago. It were Zidane. Now apparently, this is the rumor. Zidane they spoke to Zidane, and Zidane said, "Yeah, I'll become Manchester United manager if you get me this list of players." So they've had a look at the list of players, and they've looked at the list of players, and then yesterday, we'll go for Graham Potter. But I think that's just rumoured, to be fair, because it's a cheaper list.
Jim Radcliffe wants Potter. I know that much.
Yeah, he's a big fan of him, isn't he?
Put it this way: they get mauled on Sunday by Liverpool. I think it's that Monday morning.
I mean, imagine it though. You can see it, can't you? The stick Man United will get. Can Harry Potter wave his magic wand to turn Manchester United around?
In
You
my
can see
life, he struggled at Chelsea, didn't he, mate? He did well at Brighton. I'll not knock the guy, but when he got to Chelsea, it just didn't work out for him, did it?
Yeah, but look, everybody's saying he did well at Brighton, but De Zerbi's taken Brighton a lot further than Potter has.
Oh, he's a great manager. Great manager. I think if Man United wanted to come in for somebody, look at him.
Man United are the 6th at the minute, and they're 10 points off Liverpool, who are topping it at 37 points.
It's a nice feeling being above them.
Unbelievable. And Villa, I mean, you know, they were talking about us trying to get Unai Emery, weren't they, at one point?
Yeah.
And everybody's going nuts about that.
We were after Areola, Bournemouth manager. We were after him.
Oh,
Areola.
Yeah.
You know, that was before.
They've turned a corner recently, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Great win over Man United last week, and they played very well.
Yeah.
We touched on this earlier on, Michael. Alan said he surplus the requirements at Union Berlin until their new manager. On Jer's channel, he said that his contract is cancelled. Leeds might just loan him out again due to his high wage.
That's finding a club that'll take him on loan for next half at season.
You know what?
Yeah, I know.
You know what, though? I think we don't loan him back out. I think that Daniel Farke might use him in the 10 position.
Don't say that. Is this Brendan Aronson we're talking about?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but look at that, right? Farke's changed a lot of players how they're playing. Good man manager. I think if he gets his arm around Haverson, I think Haverson needs an arm around him.
He needs to bulk up, mate.
He needs to get that gym.
Of the
I
same
knew
thing,
you said that about
Ronaldo.
Joseph, didn't you, Jess? That Joseph looks like he's bulked.
Yeah, it looks like he looks a lot thingy, but then if you watch Harrison, I've watched him a few times, like he's very flimsy up top. He goes down too easy.
He'll just go down. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if he can improve that, then maybe so, but for me, no. But
I mean, at the minute I've got 10-year-olds and knock Brendan Aronson off the ball.
you just go, and he falls over. You just blow on him. Gone. Gone.
I joke that they call him the goat because he's always eating grass.
Well, Harry calls Harry Maguire leading goal. Kidding me? No. But he's in charge of Farke, so we go with what he does. Couldn't say it, mine, but you never.
You never know.
You can never say never, can you?
No,
Ipswich still have to play Leeds and Leicester twice. 23rd, isn't it, Michael? We play Leeds, Ipswich.
23rd.
Somebody will the extra time, just hoping Norwich can pull off a shock in the East Anglian derby tomorrow as their form has improved. I'll tell you something though, right? If Ipswich win tomorrow, just say if Ipswich win tomorrow, how much pressure is going to be put on that Leeds team?
Loads.
A lot. But should we be concentrating on what everybody else is doing? Shouldn't we just be concentrating on what we do?
We should just concentrate on what we do. Don't worry about everything else. Just keep winning. Head down, keep winning. Don't worry about everything else.
Yeah, but it's all right saying that. It's the fans it's the fans in it at the ground. It's like,
oh no,
you know?
Oh no. But sometimes,
well, they're going to have to be up for it, aren't they?
Absolutely.
That's it for the fans. They're going to. I think Ipswich win tomorrow. Fans will respond, get behind them, and they'll definitely play a part.
Going tomorrow, Danny?
Me? No, I'm not going now till after New Year.
All right, okay.
I might be going on 23rd.
Michael says, Danny Aronson is on an high wage for the Championship, so Leeds will have to loan him out unless they are willing to take a pay cut. Unless he's willing to take a pay cut.
Well, if he comes back and stays anyway, that 60% or 50% automatically kicks in.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a nice feeling for Aronson, knowing that your club's bottom at league in German Bundesliga or whatever it is, and managers saying that you're surplus to requirements.
And that's a new manager coming in, Stu.
Yeah, that's a new manager.
Yeah, because they sat the old one and brought a new one in, and he's still surplus to requirements. So that's worrying when you think about that. He can't even work his way in under a new manager. Never mind, old manager.
He won't get in a Sunday pub team on Aronson.
Dear me. Whatever were he thinking of signing him?
How much
did Lee pay? How much did
Do you know what? You know what though? Everybody's saying it was Otto that signed him. It was Otto that signed him. Do you know it was actually Bielsa?
March on it. That wanted it.
No. Bielsa actually wanted him.
Right.
And because we couldn't get it done, and we got it done in thing after they got rid of Bielsa. It was actually Bielsa that wanted to sign him.
Wow. No. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bielsa wanted to sign him. Bielsa saw with him running about and stuff like that, fitness. That's why Bielsa won.
I thought it was just because of he had a half decent World Cup and someone's seen a couple of YouTube videos of it. We'll get him signed, he'll be all right. He's what we're looking for.
We only paid 25 million for him.
25.
Yeah, it was actually Bielsa that wanted him. Bielsa wanted him. Leeds couldn't get him in the window in time.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I think you know something, Danny. I think you're right. I think his name cropped up. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right, mate. Yeah.
Bielsa wanted him. We just couldn't get him through the window in time.
Yeah.
He probably played better under Bielsa, to be fair.
Bielsa would have,
That's what got best out.
I think. Yeah. Man management again, isn't it?
I agree.
Number 1, Marcelo.
Ian says, good afternoon, everyone watching. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well, Ian, mate. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Ipswich only lost 4 matches last season in League One. They were 12 points behind Sheffield Wednesday, and Plymouth managed to overall Wednesday for second place to finish a few points behind Plymouth. They were relentless. They were. I remember. I looked at it. I remember them after you're saying hello, and then ditto to Jess. Right, well, look, guys, we're going 2 hours. I know you've got some packing to do, Gary. Unless Mrs. is doing it all for you.
Well, I mean, packing machine's in full, is in full motion at the minute. The packing fairy is sorting it all out. I don't have to worry about that sort of thing.
Where you flying back into? Where you flying back into Heathrow?
No, Manchester.
What you on? What you want? Emirates A380.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah.
Is it coming in on afternoon one or morning one?
Morning.
I'll track it then.
About 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I think.
Check it and see if I'll track it because normally for the last couple of weeks it's been late getting in at Manchester.
Don't say that, Danny. But last time we landed there, last Christmas, it were hammering down with snow.
Yeah.
And shortly after we landed, they closed the airport.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're on A380, make sure you're on upper deck. There's more seat room.
Yeah. Well, because we got Littleton, we more or less get put where they tell us to go because they have assigned seats for toddlers.
Yeah. All you do is, if wife's going with you, just let the thing and just pretend toddler and wife out with you and just go where you want to.
I'll just sit in business class and have a few quiet drinks.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll go down very well. The drinks will go down well, though.
Yeah, they will. I bet they will.
They do. They do when they're free.
Well, just to let everybody know that with me, Jess, and hopefully Robbo, I'll be on watch along Leeds tomorrow. Doing watch along for the Coventry game. Looking forward to that. No doubt, Gary will be checking in to make sure that we're doing everything right. Don't worry though, Jess. Every time I see him in, I'll kick him back out again.
I know. I've been dishing out a few blue spanners over the last few days. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you'll have noticed them yet, but I think there's a couple of blue spanners. So you'll be all right.
That's not nice calling people spanners.
I'm gonna give you a blue spanner, Danny. I think you deserve one.
Yeah, Danny deserves one. Even though it's been rude to me today, we'll still let you have it.
No, you can have a blue spanner, Danny. There you
I need
go.
to say, look, 21, Danny. Do you know what I mean?
It is a.
I need to say, look, 21 now. Do you know what I mean?
21.
Yeah, Danny, you know. Don't look after me now. You going into Dave's tonight, Danny?
I might do if I'm awake, yeah.
Yeah, I hope you are in there because I can give you a bit more of
What
you.
time does this show start?
2 o'clock.
I heard
It's morning.
8 p.m. innit?
Oh, 8 p.m. Yeah, it's I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, 8 o'clock and then it goes on 9.
Late, but I didn't know anyone else did YouTube that late.
It's 3 a.m. for me.
Yeah, it's
when it starts.
8
p.m. tonight. I'm gonna go. I'm definitely gonna be there. I'm definitely gonna do it tonight. I'm definitely gonna go in.
Yeah,
Is it quiz night or something?
Yeah, it's Leeds United quiz night.
It's a right. It's a right bloody laugh, Stuart. but put your earphones in and make sure folk in the house can't hear what's being said because it can get a bit.
Yeah.
Dave and the F-bomb can. It can get a bit leery in there, can't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go on.
Leeds MOT says wheels on the bus, Gary.
Gary knows all about wheels on the bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see
God.
Leeds bringing in two players on loan. Alan, I can see Leeds bringing in two players on loan. They were after Amari from the number 10 who play mark and a left back in Manning who went to Southampton. So I guess it will be those positions for the club.
You see, I don't think we get a number 10.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Do you think he's happy with what he's got then with Bamford, Geltard, Joseph and Perot?
Mm.
I think that we don't. I think only thing that we sign is a left back.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think so. I think we need two positions though.
Mm. I'd like to see a cap from him, but
if I were going to go for another position, I'd go for another right centre back because if Rodon's out,
we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's a good buy from.
Go on, Danny.
It's a good buy from me.
Oh, we're off. All right. Well, look, guys, I was going to say something I want to say before we start wrapping up the show up.
No, all done here.
Been over 2 hours, hasn't it? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long show. Look, guys, we hope we've enjoyed it. Been a good laugh. Enjoyed it. Really good laugh tonight. Jess, thanks for joining us. Danny, thanks for joining us. Mally, great to see you back on the show, mate. After Christmas, we'll remember what was said, Danny, about making it a weekly thing. You know,
yeah.
I've got the thumbnail and everything ready, so I just need a picture of Jess now to go on it. So, but yeah, it's it's been a good laugh. Thank you very much for watching this edition of Table Team. It's a good, and there's only one feel to say it's a goodbye from me.
It's a goodbye from me.
Lee?
Go on, mate.
It's a goodbye from me.
And it's a goodbye from me and fuck the rest of them.
Take care, everybody. Good night.
On that note,
See you there.
Whoa.